Hello students, after understanding the various types of components of like resistor, capacitor, inductors, transformer, switches, their types and their characteristics, we will now focus on to resistor, the most important component of resistor. In that, today we will try to understand the fixed resistor type. In that fixed resistor, how to calculate the resistance from the color code specified on the resistor. So resistors, as we know, they don't have the polarity. You can connect, they are non-polarized. They can the two terminals can be connected in any proper combinations. Now it has 4 bands, 1 2 3. So this is your first band, second band, and this is the third one, this is the fourth one. The fourth one will indicate the tolerance. Tolerance means deviation from the original value. That means, of course, a fixed resistance have a fixed value of resistance, but when it is available in the market, there will be small deviation, plus or minus, so that range is called as tolerance. And the first, second and the third band will be used for calculating the value of resistance. For the first band we will directly write the code. For the second band we will directly write the code. For the third band we will write the multiplier. We will write the multiplier. Let us take one example so that you can understand how exactly we have to write. Say the first is red, orange and gold. Mostly it will be gold because it comes with the fourth band will be always gold, mostly because it comes with very small variation. The tolerance level is much better as compared to silver. So red, orange. The first band is red, so directly write the code, and the code will be specified like this. We remember BB Roy, BB Roy goes to bring very good wife. This is how we remember. It is black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet and gray, and the color code has been specified like the 0 to 9 for white. So for red, direct code has to be written. So for red it will be 2. Similarly orange is 3, so directly write the code. For the third band you have to write the multiplier, and of course the third band is again orange is 3, so it will be 10 to the power 3. This is how you have to write. And what is gold? Gold indicates the tolerance. What is the tolerance? It is plus minus 5%. So the value of this resistance is 23 into 10 to the power 3 plus minus 5%, and 10 to the power 3, of course it will be in the ohms. Resistance, unit of resistance is ohms. So it will be represented as 23, 10 to the power 3 is kilo. So 23 kilo, symbolic representation of ohms will be specified like this, 23 kilo ohms. So this is how by using color code we have to identify, or we have to calculate the value of resistance. There will be variation of plus minus 5% if the fourth band is gold. So let us take one more example. Say the value is yellow, violet, red. Yellow, violet, red. So what is yellow? Yellow is 4, violet is 7 and red is how much? 2. So this will be 47 into 10 to the power 2, right? And if say fourth band is say gold, it will be plus minus 5% variation. So 47 into 10 to the power 2, which can be written as 44.7 into 10 to the power 3. So it will be 4.7 10 to the power 3 is kilo. Unit of resistance is ohm. So this is how we will calculate the value of resistance using color code. Next, let us try to understand property of resistance in series. That means when resistance is connected in series. So let us draw a diagram where three resistance are connected in series across a voltage source of V plus minus V. Let this be resistance as R1, R2, R3. Now we know that when resistance are connected in series, the voltage divides, the current remains the same. So let the current flowing in the circuit be I. So this same current I will flow through R1 as well as R2 as well as R3. It will start from positive terminal to negative terminal, but the voltage will divide. The voltage across R1 let it be specified as V1. Similarly R2 as voltage drop across R2 as V2, and next voltage drop across R3 as V3. So from the figure we can write V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Let this be equation number 1. V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now what is V1? V1 is the voltage across R1 when current I1 is flowing. So according to Ohm's law, we know the formula for Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So V is equal to IR. So what is V1? V1 is I multiplied by R1. Similarly, V2 is I multiplied by R2, and V3 is I multiplied by R3. Let this be equation number 2. Now let total equivalent resistance of R1, R2, R3 in series be R. So what we get is we get V is equal to let the total equivalent resistance of R1, R2, R3 in series be RS. So what we get is V is equal to I into RS. So let this be equation number 3. Substituting the value of 2 and 3 in equation 1. Substituting the value of 2 and 3 in equation 1. What we get is I into RS equals to I into R1 plus I into R2 plus I into R3. So the equation can be reduced to RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So this is the formula for calculating total equivalent resistance when the resistance are connected in series. This is the derivation to prove that when the resistance are connected in series, they keep on adding up with each other. Next, let us try to understand property of resistance in parallel. Now let's say three resistance are connected in parallel. Say the resistance be R1, R2 and R3. So R1, R2, R3 across a voltage source of say V. Now when resistance is connected in parallel, the voltage drop across resistance remains the same. The current flowing through the resistance will distribute. Let the total current flowing in the circuit be I. Now what happens is, when the resistance are in parallel, the current will distribute I1, I2 and I3. The current will distribute in this way. Now from the figure, what we can write is, from the figure we can write I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Let this be equation number 1, right? This current I will be equal to the total current which is flowing in the circuit. I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Let the total equivalent resistance of R1, R2, R3 connected in parallel be Rp. Let the total equivalent resistance of R1, R2, R3 be connected in parallel be Rp. Then what happens is, what is total current? I will be the total resistance divided by, total voltage divided by the total resistance. So that will be V upon Rp. Let this be equation number 2. Similarly, what will be I1? I1 is the current flowing through R1 and the voltage drop across R1 is V. So it will be I is equal to V upon R1. Similarly, I2 is equal to V upon R2 and I3 is equal to V upon R3. Let this be equation number 3. So substituting the value of 2 and 3 in equation 1, what we get is V upon Rp is equal to V upon R1 plus V upon R2 plus V upon R3, or we can write 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So this is the formula for total equivalent resistance, of course when the resistance are connected in parallel. And if the two resistors are connected in parallel, the formula is R1 into R2 upon R1 plus R2. So when the resistors are connected in series, we indicate by R1 plus R2. When it is connected in parallel, we indicate like this, that R1 and R2 are in parallel. And a very important point which has to be noted is that when two value of resistance are same and connected in parallel, the value becomes half. I'll just give you an example so that you can understand that suppose the value is 10 ohms, both 10 parallel 10. So it will be 10 multiplied by 10 upon 10 plus 10, that is 20. So this will be 100 upon 100 upon 20, that value will be 5. So when two resistance of same value comes in parallel, the value becomes half. You don't have to calculate, you just have to substitute the value becomes half. So this is what is property of resistance in parallel. So in the next part, what we will do is, there will be a circuit which has both series and parallel combination, and we will try to find out the total equivalent resistance of the circuit by using these formulas, series and parallel. Next we will use the property of resistance in series and parallel to calculate the total equivalent resistance of the circuit. It is very important for you to understand that whenever resistance, total equivalent resistance of the circuit is calculated, the voltage source in the circuit should be short circuited. When I say short circuited, that means it has to be replaced with a direct connecting wire. So that is the very important part. Whenever, even in your practical use, when you are trying to find out or trying to calculate the resistance between the 2 points, there should not be any voltage source. Even if there is a voltage source, you have to switch off the power supply so that there is no current through the resistance. So whenever the resistance has to be measured, total equivalent resistance, voltage source should not be there. Let us take first example. See, the first example is like this. So this is R1, this is R2, this is R3, and let this be the 2 points A and B. Now let us just look at the circuit and tell me which are the resistance connected in series and which are the resistance which are connected in parallel. You can observe. Do you observe, or do you think that all the three resistance R1, R2, R3 are in series? Or you can say R1 and R2 are in parallel but R3 is in series. So it is very difficult even for me to just look at the circuit and tell which resistance are in series and which resistance are in parallel. So I'll just tell you how the easier method to identify. Whenever such type of circuit is given, see, in this circuit I have shorted the voltage source. I will not connect the voltage source whenever we will be calculating total equivalent resistance. So instead of the voltage source, we will just draw a straight line. Now the easier method of identifying whether the resistance is in series or parallel is to draw a simplified diagram. Every time when you solve this circuit, you have to draw the simplified diagram. The simplified diagram will start from terminal A. We'll go from A to B. So when you go from A to B, what happens is, when you start from A, see, at this point there is a division. So we will draw that division. On the first arm there is resistance R1. When the resistance R1 ends, the point at which the resistance R1 ends, we have R2. So draw R2, and on the other arm from A is R3, and R3 and R2 are combining at one given point, and from there we have the terminal B. So now when you see the circuit, it becomes very evident, and it becomes very easy for you to identify that what you can see is, say, the total equivalent resistance R equivalent is equal to R1 and R2 are connected in series. So we write R1 plus R2, and R3 is in parallel with this entire combination. So parallel R3. So R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2 parallel R3. So say the value of resistance is 5 ohms, 5 ohms, 10 ohms. So now substitute the value. What will be R equivalent? R equivalent is R1 is 5 ohms plus R2 is 5 ohms. All are in ohms. You don't have to change the values. So 5 plus 5 parallel. What is R3? R3 is 10. So R equivalent is 10 parallel 10. Now I said, when two resistance of same value comes in parallel, the value becomes half. You don't have to calculate, but I'll do the calculations for you as I have already shown in the previous video. 10 into 10 upon 10 plus 10 will be 100 upon 20, which will be 5. So the total equivalent resistance between point A and point B is how much? 5 ohms. So this is how we will calculate the total equivalent resistance. Let us do one more problem. I will just keep on increasing the complexity of the circuit so that you should be able to calculate the total equivalent resistance of any given circuit. So let's say this is A, this is B, so this is R1, R2, R3, and this is R4. So let's say this is 10 ohms, this is 10 ohms, this is also 10 ohms, so this is 15 ohms. So let us now try to calculate the total equivalent resistance of this circuit. As I said, it is very difficult from the circuit to identify whether the resistance are connected in series or parallel, or what type of combinations they are connected in. So you always start with A. So I start with A. Again, at this point there is a division. I will draw the division. On the first arm you have R1. So draw R1. The point at which R1 ends, there is again a division. So I'll draw the division. On the first arm you have, this is R2. On the second arm you have R3. So draw R3. R3 and R2 combines at a point. Draw that point. This is the point. And on the second arm coming from A, we had R4. So draw R4. And R4 ends where R2 and R3 ends. So these 2 points has to be combined, and from there will be the terminal B. So now when you see the circuit, it becomes very easy for you to identify the combinations. So what will be R equivalent? R equivalent, first you write the parallel combination, that is R3 parallel R2. And what is there? R1 is in series with this parallel combination. So it will be R1 plus R3 parallel R2. So this is the entire combination. R1 is in series with R3 parallel R2. And this entire combination is parallel to R4. So parallel R4. So now you have to substitute the value and get the answer. So what will be the value? What is R1? Again, all these resistance are 10 ohms. 10 plus 10 parallel 10 parallel 15. So now what is 10 parallel 10? Two resistance of same value connected in parallel will give you half the value. So it will be 10 plus this parallel combination will generate 5. So 10 plus 5 parallel 15. That means 15 parallel 15, the value becomes half, that will be 7.5. The unit of resistance is ohms, so it will be 7.5 ohms. So this is how we will calculate total equivalent resistance of the circuit. Let us take two more problems to clearly understand how exactly a total equivalent resistance will be calculated in a given circuit. So in this circuit, again, let us start with the simplified method. Start with point A. Now when you start with point A, in this example it is bifurcated into 3 divisions. So draw 3 divisions, 1, 2 and 3. On the first divisions you have R1, right? R1, this is the point at which R1 ends. Now at this same point R2 also ends. So R2 is the second branch, R2, and this is R1. They combine at this point. And when you go towards B, there will be a resistance R3. And where the R3 ends, at the same point R4 also ends, and R4 starts from the point A. So here you will start R4. And the R4 will combine at this point. From there it will go to B. So now instead of directly checking from the circuit, we have drawn the simplified diagram, which makes it easy for you to understand. So now R equivalent is, first we will start with this parallel combination, that is R1 is parallel to R2. R1 is parallel to R2, and this entire combination is in series with R3. So plus R3, and this entire combination is in parallel to R4. So now we can substitute the value and we can get the answer. I hope you have understood how this equation has been formed. R1 is parallel to R2. They are combining at both the points, R1 parallel to R2, and this entire parallel combination is in series with R3, and this entire combination is parallel to R4. So that is how we have written. So next, R equivalent is, what is R1 parallel R2? The value is 20 parallel 20 plus what is R3? R3 is again 20, and then parallel to R4, which is 30. So R equivalent is 20 parallel 20, the value becomes 10, 10 plus 20 parallel 30. So R equivalent is 30 parallel 30, the value will be 15 ohms. As two resistors connected in parallel, the value becomes half. So this is for the third one. Next, again we have increased the complexity of the circuit. Number of transistors are there, it is very difficult to identify. Go by the simplified method, start from A. Now when you start from A, again you have three terminals. So draw the three terminals. On the first arm you have R1. The R1, the point at which the R1 ends, from there you have R2. So draw R2. R2. The point at which R2 ends, there R3 also ends, starting from A. So starting from A, you have to combine this point, and from this point when you go towards B you have R4. So you draw R4 here, and the point at which R4 ends, R5 also ends, starting from A. So starting from A, R5 also ends at that point, and this point is B. So now from the figure we can understand that R1 and R2 are in series, and this series combination is parallel to R3, and this entire combination is series with R4, and this entire combination is parallel to R5. So the equation will be, the first thing is R1 plus R2. These two are in series, and this combination is parallel to R3. So parallel to R3. So that is done. R1 plus R2 parallel to R3, and this combination is series with R4. So this is done, and this entire combination is in parallel to R5. So you now just have to substitute the value and get the answer. So what is R1 plus R2? See the values 10, 10, 20, 10. So it will be, let us substitute the value as 10 plus 10 parallel, what is R3? R3 is 20 plus what is R4? R4 is 10, and this entire combination is parallel to R5, which is 20. So now what is 10 plus 10? 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 parallel 20 is 10. So again 10 plus 10 parallel 20. Again what is 10 plus 10? 20. 20 parallel 20. The half the value will be 10. So the total equivalent resistance between point A and point B for this circuit will be 10 ohms. So I hope now it is clear for you to how to calculate the total equivalent resistance of the circuit. So this is the method, and this will be useful in unit number 2 when we will go for different types of theorems and problem based on different types of theorems. Now after understanding how to calculate total equivalent resistance, let us try to understand how to calculate voltage in the circuit. Now we have already mentioned that when the resistors are connected in series, the current remains same, the voltage divides. That is what we will try to understand in this voltage divider circuit. See, when I asked you to calculate the total equivalent resistance, what I did is voltage source को शॉर्ट किया और A और B के बीच में रेजिस्टेंस निकाला. अब क्या करेंगे, यहाँ पर भी आपको पहले देखना पड़ेगा कि रेजिस्टेंस सीरीज में है या पैरेलल में है, तो इसलिए आपको एक इक्विवेलेंट सर्किट, एक सिंप्लीफाइड सर्किट बनाना पड़ेगा. द सिंप्लीफाइड सर्किट कैन बी ड्रॉन लाइक दिस. सी we have to start, when you're calculating voltage, you have to start from the positive terminal of the battery and you have to go to the negative terminal of the battery. So say this is the positive terminal V, which is 60 volts. And then when you start from the positive terminal, you have one resistance. When you have one resistance R1, when the point at which R1 ends, you have the resistance R2. The point at which R2 ends, you have the resistance R3, and R3 is going back to the negative terminal of the battery. So this is R1, R2, R3. So now what you can see is all these three resistance is connected in series. That means the current through the circuit will remain the same. There will be voltage drop. Let that be V1, V2 and V3. Okay. So first what we will do is let the total equivalent resistance of R1, R2, R3 connected in series be say RS. So what will be I? I will be total voltage divided by total resistance. So what is total voltage? 60 volt divided by total resistance of all these three values. What is R1? 10 ohms, R2 15 ohms, R3 5 ohms. So when you add this, it will be 10 plus 15 plus 5, the value will be 30. 60 by 30 will be 2 ampere. So the first thing is we have to calculate the current flowing in the circuit. So that is what we have done, 2 ampere. Now we have to calculate voltage V1, V2, V3. So what will be V1? V1 is the voltage drop across R1 when current is flowing through it. What is the current? We have calculated. Same current is going to flow through all the resistance. So it will be I R1, similarly V2, I R2, similarly V3, I R3. Substitute the value 2 into, what is the value of R1? It is 10. Then the value of R2 is, this will be 2 into 15, 2 into 5. So this value will be 20 plus 30 plus 20, 30 and 10 respectively, V1, V2, V3. See, whenever we go for voltage divider, this is we have already studied in paper 2. Voltage divider, suppose if I want to calculate V1, what we do is we write total voltage divided by total resistance R1 plus R2 plus R3 multiplied by the resistance across which the voltage is taken. See, this formula is, this is what we have done. What is I? I is V upon RS. What is RS? RS is the total equivalent resistance of R1, R2, R3 connected in series, which is R1 plus R2 plus R3, right? And so total voltage divided by total resistance, that is what is I, and I multiplied by R1. So total voltage divided by total resistance multiplied by the resistance across which voltage is taken. This is how we remember voltage divider arrangement circuit.